What's going on, family? Listen, today I have the most special guest that I'm ever going to have. And it is my wonderful, beautiful, chocolate, sexy wife.
Keep going.
Kiera Lewis.
Yay.
How you doing, baby?
I'm excited, babe. I'm excited to be here. I'm glad you asked me to do this. I
Yes.
was waiting for when my time was going to come. I want to be the first guest.
Listen, but you are my first priority. I had to say the best, you know what I'm saying, for I had a couple episodes that had to happen first, and then
Yeah.
boom, wife, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But part of the reason why I want to have you on the podcast is because I couldn't talk about community without talking about the most important choice
Yeah.
you make when it comes to the community that you have in life, and that is the mate you choose to build with.
Right.
Like, you are absolutely, without a doubt, the most important and best choice I've ever made when it comes to the relationships in my life.
Yeah, same.
And yeah, I had to bring you on. I had to talk about this. In the first episode of this podcast, I give this, like, I started talking about how God, was creating the land and the seas, and he created Adam, and he said everything was good except for the fact that Adam was alone.
Right.
And obviously from Adam's rib, he creates Eve.
Mm-hmm.
He creates Eve. And, I don't believe that was God's only idea of what community looked like, but it was the most important thing that Adam needed, and that was a helper, that was a wife, that was his rib, that was his person, and you are my person. Mm-hmm. So, first, I want to kind of talk around how we met.
Right. Our ghetto, our ghetto story.
Our story it's a little unorthodox.
Because of you.
It was not just because of me.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
It was both parts.
It was both of us. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we getting real in this conversation?
I feel like we should get real.
We should get real.
Yeah, we have to. We have to. Let's not make it too long, but we have to get really real with this. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's help somebody, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully.
Or I hope we're not damning anybody to hell, but okay, so
we're not the perfect Christians.
Okay, we're not perfect by any means. Okay, so we met. I was a leasing consultant. I was in property management at the time, and you were looking for an apartment.
Yep.
And I leased you an apartment. You came by with your parents, from what I remember. You were wearing your AKA jacket.
Sure.
And I was like, I had a girlfriend at the time.
You sure? You'd let me know right ahead.
Right away.
Like one of the first things
let's be very clear. I am a faithful man of God.
Yeah, and I was like, why are you telling me
Absolutely.
this?
We're in the conversation because I had to tell myself I can't move forward with this. I had to let you know so that if I forget, you can remind me I got me a girlfriend. All right, cool. So we are, I'm riding on the golf cart to your apartment. I tell you I have a girlfriend. Oh my God. I said my girlfriend's an AKA.
Yeah.
So I must like AKAs. But anyway.
The best, the first and the finest.
So, we meet or whatever. And then from there, nothing happens.
Yeah.
We just like.
Well, you followed me on Instagram.
I feel like you followed me first.
Anthony, I was not looking for you.
Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so for the sake of my wife's ego, I followed her on Instagram. And so she follows me back. And then we just become friends, right?
Yeah, we were really good friends. Yeah.
And at that time, it was kind of the end of my previous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was around the time we got back together or something, and we were just trying to hold on to what was lost.
Right.
And so that relationship quickly ended after we met, and then we just were interacting on Instagram, and then we were just like, oh, let's hang out. Yeah. And you're like, oh my God, I would love to hang out with you.
I don't think I was that enthusiastic.
He was enthusiastic. There was a lot of exclamation points.
I feel like you're adding more to the
story.
There
were exclamation points. And so you were excited. And so and then, we hang out.
We hung out. You honestly introduced me to many restaurants at this time when we were going out. I think it's funny because we still say to this day, like, this is like our worst date, but one of our best dates at the same time.
Wait, no, you're talking, first date was True Flavors.
Yeah, True Flavors.
That was
fun.
that was cool. And
Yeah.
that time you were kind of like, oh, like I just want like a man who sees past my beauty. And I'm just like, who said you beautiful?
Okay, whatever.
Like, who do you think you
Well, I
are?
think at
You're
the
just
time,
like,
like-
everybody's always saying how beautiful I am.
Okay,
Like,
yes, Anthony.
I just want a man who sees me for who I am. I was like, give me a break. All right, go ahead.
All right, so after all that, like, we obviously started hanging out more, and like, I think we just genuinely like just loved like hanging out with each other. Like,
Yeah.
we loved being together. Like, we were always having a good time,
Yeah.
laughing. Like, it was no like awkward moments with us.
Yeah.
Always a good time, right? And let's see. So we went to True Flavors, and
then the second time was that terrible tempura restaurant.
there you go. So that's what I was saying. Like, that
Yeah.
was our we say that's like that was our like best date, but also like our worst date because
Yeah.
the food was trash.
It was terrible.
like, we would get little bits and
Oh
pieces.
my God, it was fry a piece of salmon
Yeah.
about this size.
Yeah, and then
and
like
then cut it in half. And then like, here's one and here's another. And we're like, are you kidding?
I know, like literally. And we're starving. We're starving.
Dude, we're like dead. And mind you, this was like $80 a person.
I know.
It was obnoxious.
And you were paying for it.
Oh,
by the way.
absolutely.
So like,
Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll bring it.
Yeah, but it was the best
yeah,
date
it
because
was-
like we were laughing over the
Oh
food,
my God, it was so
but
funny.
also like we were just like, wow, like you're a good time to be with. Like,
yeah. And that was it for me. Like, I was just like, oh my God, like this girl is fun. Like,
Yeah.
like I feel the most comfortable around you. It just felt easy. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm forcing conversation. Doesn't feel like I'm running game.
Yeah.
It just is just like, yo, we're just having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm paying all this money for this terrible restaurant experience.
Yeah.
And you're literally like joking with me about it. Like
Yeah.
we're laughing about it. And we leave the restaurant still hungry and we're just laughing about it.
Yeah.
And then we like something on my face.
Oh yeah. Wipe your Oh, keep going. It's
Oh.
under your nose.
It's on my nose.
Okay, you're good.
It's gone?
It's gone.
Hey guys, welcome to Speakeasy. So we were having an amazing time, and then I did my rounds. We did the ice cream.
Yep.
You
Went
know,
to the parlor.
went to the
yeah,
parlor.
Yep.
And then we went to the top of the Durham
Mm-hmm.
Hotel, and we were drinking, and
Yep.
like slightly, and no, we were drinking, and then at this point, I was just like, "Yo, like,
Yeah, you gave your heart to me.
okay, let's not be obnoxious," but I did say, like, I'm interested.
Yeah,
like,
you did.
like I'm enjoying myself. Like, I'm interested in you.
Right.
And it went from we were having a bomb time to you just being like,
I know. Yeah.
What'd you say to me, Kiera?
So you probably remember more than I do, but I was just in a place of like, yeah, I love all this, but I just don't want anything more. And for me, I was just scared because I knew I liked you, but I was trying to tell myself I didn't because like, you know, I only dated one person before you, right? In high school. And like, you know, you knew my story. I was a virgin. So like, it was just hard for me, like, oh, this could be this person. So it was just like much of a surprise. Kind of just like, yeah, this is a lot. Like
Yeah.
it was a lot at one time. I feel like it happened so quickly too. Like we knew, you know, we were good friends. And then like, I knew you liked me. I could tell. And I knew I liked you, but it was just more so like, yeah, I can't do this. And I put this wall up instantly.
Yep. And so she shut me down. Shut me down. And then I just, like a real dude, move on.
You did, yeah.
Right?
You
And so
did.
I started, you know, dating and dating around and
a lot of dating and dating. You dated the
doing what
whole-
I've been doing like I do it. And maybe like, was it a year later?
Honestly, yeah.
Maybe a year later, like, okay, let's also say throughout that year, some things happened. Like I was like putting flowers at your door.
Like we were kind of like on and off, low
flirting
key. Yeah, we were. Yeah,
and hanging out and like going to restaurants every now and then. We just really enjoyed each other's company. And I was just like, okay, like this doesn't have to go any further, but we really enjoy each other.
we'll
So
be
we just
friends.
became really great friends while I was like kind of being more romantic with other women.
right.
And so maybe a year later, year goes by, and we decide, okay, we're like really gonna hang out, and so we had a date
Uh-huh.
at
Unscripted. Oh,
Unscripted
yeah, yeah,
Hotel.
yeah, yeah. Yep,
This
yep.
is where this night everything
All right.
changed, and so
Fun night.
fun night.
Yeah.
So we're at Unscripted Hotel, mind you. This girl's a virgin, so I'm kind of like, is she a prude? Like, is she somebody who don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she don't really get down. Like, am I gonna be bored with this girl? Like,
Mhm.
and for me, I was saving myself, trying to.
Trying to, emphasis.
Amen, amen. And so, then we're unscripted, and there's like we're supporting my boy who was
Right.
DJing,
Yeah.
and we're dancing or whatever, like just like beside each other. And then like I kind of get behind you, and you started moving it on me a little bit, and I was like, oh wait, like okay, like she's not like stiff, like she
Right.
know how to move her body a little
I had
bit.
something back there,
You
right?
got
Yeah.
well, we already knew that. That was the first thing I saw. Let's be clear.
Okay.
All right, we knew the button. You know what I'm saying? I just like the fact
Alright.
that you knew how to use it a little bit. So we're sitting on the couch at the unscripted. We're after we finished dancing a little bit. We're sitting down,
Yep.
and, so we're chilling, and you're sitting side by side, and I put my hands on your back, and your hand was on my leg, and you kind of was like rubbing my leg a little bit. I was just like, okay, and so slowly my hand was going down just a little bit. And you still rubbing my leg, so I'm like, okay, she's with it, she's with the vibes, And so I go down, and then I touch, you know what I'm saying? What you got, man? I touch your butt, and so I'm like feeling this rubbing a little bit, and I think your hand kind of raised up just a
Alright.
little bit up my thigh a little bit and rubbing. I was just like, oh, okay, she with the vibes for real. And so in that moment, I was like, okay, like she's not a prude. Okay.
You're right.
So then unscripted ends, you know what I'm saying? We had a great night.
Yeah,
We head back. I park at the apartment complex.
Yes.
Your car's next to mine. We live in the same apartment complex. I'm like, and you're sitting in my passenger seat, your car's right there. And I'm just like, okay, like,
What we doing?
had a great night. I'm waiting for you to get out my car. I'm gonna go in my apartment. And you're just like, oh, so like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I'm about to just chill and like watch a movie. And you're like, okay, like I'll come. And you go inside. I'm waiting for any objections because this is the truth.
Right. No, baby, we're doing great.
Go in my apartment. Mind you, I have my bed, so I'm on my bed and I put on a movie. And I had like this little futon couch on the side wall, and you sitting on like futon. I'm sitting on the bed. I'm like, you trying to be saved? That's cool. Like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to, you know what I'm saying? And so we're watching the movie, and when I was like, you don't want to lay over there.
Yeah.
You don't want to lay over
I
there.
feel like I was comfortable. I feel the futons are comfortable.
Yo, I was like, you don't want to lay over there. And he was like, whatever. And so I think I picked you up and brought you on the bed or something. Either
Sure,
that.
add the
Add the
scene.
pizzazz. You know what I'm saying?
Something happened.
Yeah, something happened. You somehow got on my bed.
Right.
And we're just watching.
Yeah.
And then we started cuddling.
Yeah, of course.
And I was just like, okay, this is getting kind of crazy. But we're cuddling. And then I gave you like 3 kisses. It was like right here. 1, 2, 3. Like it was just real slight. I was being a gentleman. Just letting you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm digging you. Like, 1, 2, 3, right? You turned around and jumped my bones. I was like, what happened? I don't know what happened, but thank God it did.
Oh, my God.
Like, oh, my God. And so she's like going in, kissing me. And so it was like this huge makeout session, whatever. And, you know what I'm saying? It was like, great. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. It didn't go down.
No, yeah, right.
But it almost went down.
Right.
And then great night. You know what I'm saying? Fantastic. Told all my boys, yo, bro, you wouldn't believe what happened. Boom. So from there, you were like, we need to have a conversation. I was like, we do need a conversation. Like, you're right. Like, whatever that. I'm thinking like, oh, you want to get serious.
Right.
I get to your apartment. What do you tell me?
So I remember telling you, like, yeah, this is all nice and all, but I just don't want more than this. Yeah. I was like, yeah, we could do all this, and this, but we just can't do this.
Like, we can't be together.
Yeah. Like, I don't want anything
You don't
serious.
want a real relationship.
Right.
And I was just like, you are talking to a nigga. Like, you think I'm going to complain that you want to be friends with benefits?
I know. And it's honestly crazy that even think back, like, when I said that, because like I can't believe I said that. But again, it was just more so like I was scared and like I like I trusted you like as a friend. Like I knew like I saw that side of you. So I was just like, yeah, let's do this. Like I could do the kissing and the, in between.
And all
and let's just stay here. Like let's not go further than this.
And I was all about it.
Yeah.
Mind you, like I'm like kind of dating somebody else. Not like I'm not boyfriend and girlfriend, but like
granted, I didn't know this at the time.
at the time it was none of your business. You didn't want a relationship.
Right.
And so then we just became like friends with benefits.
Right.
For like months.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and mind you, guys, anybody who's watching this, I'm living my best life, right? Like I am living my best life because I got this girl who I really enjoy being around. We have great chemistry.
Yep.
And she just wants to be friends with benefits. She don't want a relationship.
Yeah, right.
So which means I can date who I want and still have you around?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Didn't we say like no feelings too? Really?
No
catch
strings. You said
right?
no strings attached.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
You said no strings. I said, my God almighty. What a blessing. I was like, God, this is what it means to reap and sow. No,
right.
No, so we were friends with benefits for months.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day you switched up on the real, you switched up on me.
Yeah.
And you told my boy what?
Yeah, so our apartment complex was having an event, right? And I was like, okay, like I caught feelings. And I already had feelings, but I was just like, okay, like actually I remember I was talking to a friend, I was heading somewhere, and I was telling her about you, what we were doing, and she's like, here, and I was telling her like about you, like everything, man of God, and like he treats me like this, blah, blah. And she's like, here, this is like literally what you wanted in a man. And I was just like, oh, you're right. Like, it's like a wake up call. Like I knew, but it's just like someone actually telling me. And I was like, I think I really like this guy. Like I really do. And then why have I been waiting so long? So had an event at the apartment complex, and a friend of ours, Tyler Kim, ran into him, and I told him how I felt about you. And he's like, yeah, go tell him now, or I'm telling him for you. And I was just like, wait, like, hold on. Like, I hate being like, not like, having it planned out, like to know what I'm going to say. Tyler's like, yeah, go tell him. So I told you, I was like, hey, can we talk? And we ended up walking, and like, I'm like pouring out my feelings to you. And I'm like, I think I cried.
Oh God, it was the most.
And then y'all,
all the stumbling over your words, and I was like, I already knew what you were gonna say because I was like, I knew this was gonna last forever.
And your face, like, afterwards, your face was just like
dead.
I was
no empathy, none of it.
I was like, oh my God, like I was literally crying, telling you how I felt, and I honestly can't remember what I said like afterwards because I was just telling you how I felt, and I was like, I really like you, blah blah.
Yeah, you were doing all that, and I was just kind of like. I thought we would have. I thought we had a good time. We had a good thing going, and you ran
and I caught feelings.
And so, mind you, I had pretty much moved out the apartment complex. I was still working there,
right?
Though,
yep.
And because I had a housewarming like the next day.
Yeah. Which you invited me to.
Which I invited you to, but I also invited the other girl I was talking to.
Right,
but that's neither here nor there. And she had, for whatever reason, had said she couldn't make it. And I kind of was annoyed, like that she couldn't make it. And then you weren't make it. You made it. And so I got to the housewarming, and mind you, I had like just spoke for at Central, North Carolina Central, where I'm the chaplain. This is before I was a chaplain. I was just kind of guest speaking at that point.
I think you're running late or something.
I was running late because I was speaking. It was like maybe my second or third time speaking there, and they had called me last minute, like, hey, we need a speaker. The guy that we had couldn't make it, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I've got y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I spoke, and then I came to the housewarming, and all these people there had a little house at the time, and so it was like packed with people.
Yep.
And I see you, I see everybody, whatever, and I see like this huge gift in the kitchen. And it's like a box of like all of my favorite things, favorite candy, gift cards, all this stuff. It had like a camel jacket at the bottom of it. It was like this really beautiful package. It was the one that made you look like, oh my God, like this is dope. And it was your gift.
Right.
And I was like, oh gosh, she went all out, whatever. But I was still like, she still needed to calm down because we had a good thing going and she messed it all up. And so we're vibing, great time. I had a little too much to drink. We were celebrating. I was a little teed. I was a lot teed. I was doing stuff. Listen, whoever was there, I'm sorry. But you had a conversation with everybody.
Everyone, I know. Somehow I end up talking to all your friends. Like they were pulling me outside, like having conversations. They were like, "Yeah, like we like you. You need to be with Anthony." Like just literally talking me up, and I'm meeting people for the first time. Like
Yeah.
I've heard about people, but yeah, met all your friends that night.
Yeah. And so at the end of it, my boy Mike, who you saw on this podcast already, and Adrian, and then you got Tyler, Josh, everybody was pulling me aside like, you need to take this girl seriously.
Right.
Then like Bobby hit me up, told me I'd take it serious. My boy Corey told me you take, like everybody was saying, take this girl seriously. And mind you, I had already tried.
Yeah.
And you played me twice.
Yeah.
The second time, I wish you, I was glad at what you said. But regardless, I'm like, what?
Third time's a charm.
And from then, like, they told me to take you seriously the next day.
Well,
This is what,
you forgot I was cleaning after the party.
oh.
You forgot the very important part.
Okay, that was really huge. This is huge. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was a huge part. I was drunk. I mean, at the end of the day,
For
I don't
sure.
care what y'all think. I was drunk. Okay,
Yeah.
I
You were
had way too much to
celebrating.
drink. I was
Yeah.
celebrating. It was my first crib. I was excited. Drank too much, and I remember with my blurry eyes, people had left, and Kiera is cleaning up the house, like making sure it is like sparkling clean, and I'm just kind of like, what the heck?
Just giving you another reason to choose me. Pick me.
And literally, like the next day, like we went to the fair.
Yeah. It was and Daniel was third wheeling with
Third
us.
Jan-
But it honestly was like a fun day. Like,
It was a
we didn't even get
fun
on
day.
rides or anything. Like we were just honestly just walking. We paid to walk around inside
my
of
gosh.
in the fair.
We
yeah.
literally just use most of this podcast to talk our story.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. But anyway, so we're going around the fair with Dan. You're meeting all the people I know because for some reason I know all the people that are at the fair, and you're talking to people, and I'm just like, oh wow, like this girl is exactly who I thought she was, and like you just always showed all these incredible signs of just like, yo, this woman is like a wife.
Yeah.
And one of the things that the Bible says is like, you know, he that finds his wife finds a good thing and obtains favor for the Lord. And I always read that to say he that finds a wife, like she is a wife when I find her.
Yeah.
And you are a wife when I found you. Now we were doing friends with benefits
I
thing, and
know.
you were afraid and scared.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad at that because I'm like, at least we're gonna be jumping each other's bones when we get married. Like,
Right,
you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a good time. And when we got married, we were rabbits. I
We
mean,
were.
two times a day, like
Yeah.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
it was anyway. So I mean, we got together and we were just best friends, and we dealt with all kinds of crap in the very
Yeah,
beginning
for
of our
sure.
marriage.
It was-
Just outside people doing things that were trying to break us up. And
Yeah, for sure.
then I got a new job, and you put this whole thing together when I got the new job.
Went
and
viral.
Went viral.
Got flown out to California.
Went on the Shade Room, got flown out to
yeah,
California, was on the
yeah.
Kelly Clarkson show.
Yeah.
And it was just like all these things that even though we were dealing with all these like outside things that were trying to break us apart, like I felt like God was giving us signs that we belonged
All
together.
for sure. I mean, you even had my family, right?
Yeah.
That, like, boy, like, you know, which
Yeah.
is a surprise for me. I was just like, wow, I can't believe like I don't have
her
my family.
was not with it in the beginning.
Yeah, it was rough. It was
Her
rough.
family was just not with the vibes, and I'm just like, I never had a problem with nobody's
Right.
parents.
But
Like
I think that
I
just-
was the one that everybody want. Like if a woman
Yeah.
want, like, oh, this is the guy you bring home. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like, we just didn't have that experience with your
Yeah,
family.
it wasn't perfect for us. Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
But I knew that you were the right person for me. Your
Yes, ma'am.
temperament, how you were, how you reacted, how we shared space, like what you were good at, what I wasn't good
Right,
at,
yeah.
and how I was good at the things you weren't good at.
Yep.
And that's one thing about partnership as well. It's like when you're choosing this person, your woman, and you're choosing your man, it's like you should choose somebody who doesn't do what you do.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like people say, oh, I want a partner. And to them, that means we both do
Need the same.
everything equally.
Yeah. That's not how it works.
It's not only not how it works, but that's not how it should work. If
Mm-hmm.
I started a business and I got a partner to go into business with,
Yep.
and they do the same thing I do,
Where do you plan on?
what?
Where are you going to go?
What the heck? We're
Yeah.
only You have to have strengths where I don't have
Yeah.
strengths.
Yeah.
I see things differently than you see things. And that's how we're able to build so much and quickly,
Yeah.
right? Like you went from this house to, from the old house to this house, and
Yeah.
so many careers and shifts and changes, and going through depressions and getting out of depressions and being surprised with a
Yeah.
son.
God, it make me emotional because, baby, you've like helped me so much, like you talk about like our strengths and weaknesses. Like, I wouldn't be the person I'm in today without you. I wouldn't be the person I am today. Like, you have pushed me to maxes. Like, I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. Like, I can't believe I'm this person. Like, I am a mom and I'm your wife, and like I have my own thing going. Like, I can't even wrap my head around like where we are, like where we live at, what we have, like what we're doing, like how you're touching people's lives and how I'm touching people's lives, which I didn't know, like, and it's just very inspiring. Like, you inspire me all the time.
And you, me.
like, and that's what you need. You need someone pushing you. Like, we're each other's number one cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, absolutely. You're on my podcast.
Like,
I'll be looking on your
right,
vlog.
I know.
Right? Like,
yeah.
and I think we have the ability to do that and bring the best out of each other.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so glad we got married in a pandemic. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but all we had was us.
It was great. No one knew we were married. Like,
for the first year, I know.
Yeah, no one knew except for close friends and family.
Yeah.
Like, we got married, Pastor Andy's house.
Yeah.
It was small, very intimate. And we got to figure it out for a year by ourselves. Yeah. Yeah,
and
it was great.
We just loved each other and had a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, I had lost my job after the pandemic.
Yeah, you did.
And like, you loved me through that. Like, you supported me through that. Like, there was so much that happened in our lives. And and it shifted my perspective on what was important. Like, before we were married, like, I was never home. I was always doing this and that and that and that. And you helped me to really plant real roots, right? The thing about men is, like, sometimes we're hunters and we're out going to get it. And like, a woman grounds you in a way that the world can't and other relationships can't. You've grounded me and helped me understand what's important. And you defined my legacy. You've given me you've pushed me in the right direction and encouraged me to go after what God has for me, and increased my faith and gave me a son.
Yeah.
Like, I think when choosing a partner, choosing a woman, choosing a wife, choosing a husband, like, you have to have all that in mind and be ready for that, want that, desire that. If you don't want that, then it's not your time to be married.
Right. I agree.
But when you want that and you desire to build something, this is the kind of woman you want, fellas.
This is the kind of man you want. This is the kind of man you want. I mean, gosh, you're so driven.
Yeah. Listen.
I was comfortable. I was comfortable before you. I was comfortable.
Listen. And I was not. Okay? I was everywhere but comfortable.
Right.
But I think what's crazy is I pulled you out of your comfort and you grounded me.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was that meeting in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a go-getter. I gotta hustle. I gotta get it. I gotta do this. I gotta build this. I gotta do this project and this and this. And then you're just kind of like,
how's my day gonna be?
How's my house? And so it got to a place where we weren't even, like, we were boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever, but like, and you didn't live with me. You had your own apartment. We didn't live together until we got married.
Yep.
That's one thing we did right. But she would just visit my house, and I wasn't home.
Yeah,
I would always be at your apartment, or like, I wouldn't necessarily love being at my house unless you were there, because home became less of a space and it became you. You became home for me. Yeah. And until you can find somebody that feels like home to you, that's not your one.
Yeah.
That's not your person.
Yeah.
Your person should feel like home. Yeah. And you felt like home, and you still feel like home. And when you're not here, it don't feel like home.
Yeah, that's why I'm always in your office when you're gone. When you go on your trips, I'm like, gosh, let me just go to his man cave and
just
be there.
Oh.
Yeah. We're like, you're my person.
You're my person.
You're my person.
And yeah, I love you. And we'll do this again.
Yeah.
We
me
got
too,
we got to
babe.
do this again. But listen, thank you guys for coming to the Speakeasy. This is just part one of our conversation because
Obviously,
clearly
because
there's so much more to talk about, but we just got really into our
I
story.
know.
And I hope you got something out of that. We love you and,
Yeah.
and thank you for joining us. Talk soon. Like, subscribe, all the things.